no idea how to make matcha, but I've bought all the stuff for it. So I'm going to attempt to make this matcha that I saw a girl on TikTok do. While doing that, I'm going to tell you, while I can, all the reasons why I started Lusta. And I don't know how great this story is going to be because I'm going to be very concentrating on what I need to do here. But first, let me just tell you about this matcha that I know nothing about. This is a gold standard. So I bought everything and I had to buy the best of the best powder. This powder is the greenest that you will ever see. And apparently green equals great. So that goes into a sift there because we're going to sift it through. And one of the reasons I started Lusta is actually because I started losing my own hair when I was 19. When I was 19, I was doing my usual hair, I was blow drying my hair, and I noticed that like half of it was gone. It was a bit of a process because I had a lot of hair. And then I was blow drying it. You got to get this through here. And it was from there that I was on my hair loss journey, I guess. Sometimes I just hate saying hair loss journey, but like it was a journey. Like it was hard. I went to see like trichologists. I basically coined them, as well as like witch doctors. Like this guy gave me like this powder. So I could have just had matcha instead. Like he gave me, this isn't even why I started Lusta, but he gave me this powder that tastes like flour, like baking, like flour. And I was like, how the hell is this going to grow my hair back? Anyway, it never came back. Jump cut 10 years later. 10 years later? Nah, maybe less than that. I discovered hair toppers. Now you're going to think I'm crazy. This is oat milk. And it's cold, but I saw this on TikTok, so it must be, it must be correct. I don't know how much to put. I think that much is fine. And now we need to whisk. So this is going to take a while. I've got my matcha whisk, and it's going to take a while because the water's, now it's all in the wrist apparently. So we're going to make this as green as we can whilst we talk about the fact that I had to eat powder to try and grow my hair back. And then I guess 7 years on, I learned about toppers. And it was crazy because like when you first hear about toppers, it's hair that clips on top of your head. Like how in the world is that going to look natural? Do you know what I mean? Like what's the part line? Like, what do you mean? Like I could visualize it with bangs or a fringe, but I couldn't visualize it without that. And I just started, like any good student would do, Googling. I was actually a school teacher at the time. Googling, there were some places that came up in Australia, and I just booked an appointment somewhere where I lived and I bought one. And I wore it to school when I was teaching the next day. I was shitting myself when I was wearing it for the first time. I felt like there was a possum on my head. Even though it was this tiny little mono top. I've still got it actually, it's in storage and I bring it out just for laughs these days. But this is actually, what do we think of this? This is actually all right. Like I've never done this before. I ended up buying a topper and I fell in love. Even though I look back at photos, it wasn't great. Maybe we'll put some here. It wasn't great. But I was so naive and I was living my best life with this little mono top. And then I was just overseas and I just had this idea, like maybe I could start a top a bit. It was so hard. Like, and then you actually, like it's different from going from idea and hopeful and wow to actually doing it, two different things. Anyway, I stayed the course many times. I nearly threw in the towel, but I'm glad that I did it because I remember when I was first buying, I think you're meant to do this, but I think that's more for wine. You do that. I don't know. I think I pour it into the cup. Claire's laughing. She's filming this. It's actually not funny. I whisk that actually all right. There's not really many lumps in there at all. That's actually, look at that. Look at that. You love a cold milk. This apparently it's meant to be more healthy. Now I've got vanilla bean paste and some honey. But do I put the hot water in first or the vanilla bean paste first? I'm gonna go with the vanilla bean paste first. All right, so we'll put that, I reckon it was the other way around. I don't really know how much of this I need or if I need it, but I guess I'm making a vanilla matcha. And a gold, I don't even know if you're meant to use metal. Why is there a bamboo spoon to get the matcha out, but a metal? Anyway, I was trying to buy a topper online because I found these toppers, but they were always in the US. And I was wanting to buy one, and it was just, I felt like such a burden, messaging these poor sellers. I was so lost. I didn't know how to color match. I didn't know how to do anything like that. And that's when I was overseas. I was simultaneously trying to buy a topper online and thinking, should I just start my own? Because it just feels so hard. And I just learned it was a long process. And I guess I'm focused more on this than the story of Lusta, to be honest. I don't really know if you're interested in the story of Lusta, but you're definitely interested in how this is going to taste. We might do a little taste test around the office. All right, let's put in some hot water. Now, I boiled this at 70 degrees. Well, I don't see a problem with this. This is going to be all right, I think. This is fine. I'm just going to put a little bit of honey. Okay, this is the perfect matcha. I need to try it though. But speaking of Lusta, if you've been trying to buy online, you probably know how tricky it can be because it's tricky to pick something in a salon, let alone buying it online. I wanted to offer people who are experiencing hair loss like is a true in-person experience, but online. I wanted people to be able to message me, or Lusta now was me, just me back in the day. Anytime you get a reply, we help you, we hold your hand. Losing your hair is hard, and then trying to find a hair loss solution amongst all the noise, all the injections and gummy bears that will grow your hair back, and specialists and minoxidils and different wig and topper. It's hard. So we're just here to be as easy as making your own matcha, really. Should we try it? I think that's all right. It's quite weak. It's definitely weak. I think I'm more of a strong matcha. I think I needed 2 scoops of it, but it's very smooth and it's not too sweet. So I don't know. I think that's okay. And I think this is a very healthy way to drink matcha. You got a little bit of your milk, the matcha. It's like shopping at Lusta. It's very healthy to get in touch, talk about your problems with us. We honestly love hearing your hair loss stories, all about your journey. And that's why I started Lusta, is to have a community of people, because when I was going through the depths of all my hair loss, I didn't see anyone like me going through it. So that's why I wanted to start it. And now it's I get to speak to women all day who are like me, going through the same thing, and we're just living our best lives with clipped on hair. And I think that's great.